This lion's rescuers were sure she'd die, but when you see what saved her, your heart will melt. A gaunt-looking lioness tries to muster up enough strength to lap up water as a caretaker sadly assesses her emaciated figure. When rescuers found the feline, she was at death's door. But sometimes, as caretakers discovered, miracles can come from unexpected places. In 2009, the US Department of Agriculture succeeded in saving a lioness, Sheila, who'd been badly treated at an entertainment center in Texas. The establishment was found to be exploiting such animals at private events, and Sheila had been neglected almost to the point of death. Indeed, the USDA advised the InSync Exotics Wildlife Rescue and Education Center in Wiley, Texas, which houses abandoned, abused, or unwelcome wild cats, that saving her could be a long shot. In fact, they said a merciful death was sadly her best option. That was because Sheila, who was not much older than a year when rescued, could scarcely eat, drink, or walk. She had very little muscle coordination, and thus when she walked, her legs would slip out from under her. An InSync statement said of her terrible condition. Unfortunately, Sheila's case was so bad that no sooner had she gotten to the center than the keepers assumed she was on her way out. The weary lioness was throwing up and pretty much immobile, but for the time being her guardians persevered. For 2 weeks I had to go in with Sheila and hand feed her, said InSync CEO Vicky Cahey. The lioness head bobbed towards the right and had to be supported, so caretakers propped it up over a pail of water so that she could drink from it. All too often, the exotic pet trade in the US can be lethal for the animals involved. This is partly because they're frequently transported in inhumane ways, both furtively and illegally, to avoid detection. As a result, they rarely end up in the hands of keepers who can cater to their care requirements, much as in Sheila's case. A special big cat, Sheila has a unique coloration which she gets from a dormant gene dubbed the color inhibitor, or chinchilla gene. It's indigenous to a territory in South Africa called Timbavati. InSync found that Sheila was suffering from toxoplasmosis, as well as a major lack of vitamin A. Toxoplasmosis is a parasite which can transfer through the blood, and although it typically doesn't that's new.